Okay, this next read is for Dawn. Dawn asked, my husband's health seems to be getting worse. Are my instincts correct about this, or am I overreacting? Um, Tarot readers, for a lot of reasons, uh, should not attempt to prescribe or to diagnose a medical condition. That's just something that's always a really bad thing to do, particularly if you're posting on, Michelle Knight's website. I know that her readers are. Her terms is not something she approves of, and I don't really think it's a good policy anyway. But what I do want to do, because you are distressed about this, is I wanted to give you a read concerning your dis-ease, you not being at ease with the situation, and go through, approach it from that angle. That's a little more ethical way, because when you never want to mix, things like tarot reading with trying to figure out what to do medically. That's just bad news. So what I did was I did what's called a dis-ease spread, and the first is the nature of your of why you're ill at ease, and the two cards that get drawn for that were the Star and Three of Cups, which kind of confused me at first. I had to focus in on them, but the Star is about hope, and this is what you don't want to lose sight of. And it sounds to me like that may be what's happening, and so you want to hang on. And the Three of Cups is about celebration, and this, entering into the holiday season. I'm saying that that the cause here is that it's just not the best time of year to be dealing with a loved one who's ill, and so this is the nature of your situation, and you want to, well, we'll go into what the read says about what to do about it. But the next part is the cause of you being ill at ease, and once again, we drew a card of. The cards seem to be forming a pattern here. They started to be, more about reversals. And by the way, I don't reverse cards literally, but I intuitively reverse them. And so a lot of these, temperance is something that you want to count on your higher angels here. You want to have a little more temperance in governing how you feel about the situation. And the Chariot, it's the fact that there's not a control here for you. The Chariot is very much about this. Well, in my deck, the Chariot's a little different than in most. But you can see the guy; he actually has reins. Other decks, the Chariot driver does not. But they're not helping. There's really not a lot of control, and so this is really the cause of why you're so sort of out of sorts. So you're going to want to try and get back that attitude of temperance, and just be okay with, you're going to have to learn to be okay with the fact that you can't control everything in life. And that's what the Chariot is trying to tell us here. Now, how do you do that? Because that's the hard thing. And the cards, as far as what you can do, the Queen of Pentacles came up, which is about luxury, and the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is one of those. It's interesting because there's a few different ways to read it, but in this particular spread, what this is telling me, these two cards together, is you're going to have to get to a point where you're. I hate it's a cliche, but you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you're going to have to treat yourself. You're going to have to, pamper yourself a bit. This is about luxury, and this is about getting to the point of saying, having the realization that it doesn't help you and it doesn't help your partner to be distressed or to worry Don, what you want to do is find strength, and I'm also seeing that there's a lot of feminine energy in this read. Okay, and once again, this is something my own thing. I really try to pay attention to, what masculine energy versus feminine energy. Both have a lot of power in their own way, and I see here, the first two cards, Star and Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is very, some say it's representative of the three goddesses. And once again, we have the Temperance and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's a lot of feminine energy. So what this is also telling me is that there's strength in that motherly nature for you, and so that's part of what you need to do is to dig into that, to have a sense of strength. And the outcome is Justice and the Sun, which I thought was interesting since your sign-on name is Dawn. But what this is saying is that when you find a balance, and I'm not saying that you have to be cold and never worry or never be concerned, but it's obvious that because you're worried if you're overreacting or not, because you're so concerned, that you need to get that balance back. And of course, the Sun is about joy and hope and wonderful things. So, like I say, this is in no way, this is about you and your stress level. In no way am I at all diagnosing anybody, but I want to make it very clear that to have Justice and the Sun as an outcome, your outcome cards, it shows me that you can put this together, you can find your strength, and be in a better place, and be in a stronger place to help your partner, and that's what's important. As far as any diagnosis, I suggest you speak with your doctor. But I think that you're going to come through this all right as far as getting into a more emotionally centered place. And I know you can do it. Okay? So thank you very much. I hope all goes well. Blessings to you.